My parents dragged me to court over my own house. They said it should belong to my sister. And I had to stand there and defend myself, without a lawyer. When the judge finally heard their plan, the entire case collapsed, but the scars of that moment remain. I'm 29, and just last month I achieved something I'd been working toward for 8 years. I bought my first house. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a cozy backyard. It cost me $385,000, I put 20% down from the savings I'd built through discipline, sacrifice, and years of living cheaply. But barely 2 days after closing, my parents blindsided me. Not with congratulations, not with a housewarming party, but with a demand. They wanted me to hand the house over to my younger sister, Sophia, 26. For context, I've been grinding since I was 16, grocery store shifts, pizza delivery, whatever work I could find. At 18, I was financially independent, bought my first beat-up Honda for $800, and hustled through community college, coding boot camps, and IT certifications. Today I work in cybersecurity, a career I built entirely on my own. Sophia, meanwhile, has always been the golden child. Private university. A master's in art history. 2 semesters abroad in Europe. My parents paid for everything, tuition, housing, even her spring breaks. They gifted her a car at 16 while I was patching mine together with duct tape. And now they claim it's only fair she gets the house I just bought. My dad called me with a serious voice, "Son, we've been talking as a family. Sophia is drowning in student loans. You're doing well. You can always buy another place. So it's time to give this one to her." I actually laughed. I thought it was a joke. But then my mom took the phone. "We raised you, supported you, and now it's your turn to give back to the family." That's when I realized, they were dead serious. "Your sister deserves stability," Dad said. "You paid for her education, now it's time you give her the house too." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. 8 years of sacrifice, saving every cent, skipping vacations and luxuries, all so I could finally have a place of my own, and now my own parents were demanding I hand it over. When I refused, the tone shifted. "Family helps family. Don't be selfish," Mom snapped. The argument spiraled until my dad was shouting about moral obligations. That's when I hung up. I thought maybe the insanity would stop there. But a week later, a man in a suit knocked on my door. I was served court papers. My parents were suing me for my house. The lawsuit read like satire. They claimed I owed them $300,000 in child-rearing expenses. They argued Sophia needed stability because of her loans. They insisted I could easily buy another home. And the wildest part? They demanded the deed be transferred to Sophia, but that I continue paying the mortgage for 2 more years while she gets on her feet. 3 weeks later, update 1, this nightmare only got crazier. The outpouring of support online kept me sane, but the family circus around me escalated fast. I chose to represent myself. Everyone told me it was risky, but a lawyer wanted $10,000 upfront, money I didn't have. And honestly, the case was so absurd I figured I could handle it. I dove headfirst into research, paperwork, case law. That's when I discovered the truth: my aunt, my dad's sister, was financing their lawsuit. She's despised me ever since I skipped my community college graduation ceremony. She's been whispering to relatives that I'm ungrateful, and think I'm better than everyone, because I work in tech. Meanwhile, Sophia jumped on social media like she'd already won. She started posting Pinterest house photos with captions like, "Can't wait to make this house a home. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for fighting for what's right. Hashtag Sophia for family first." As if that wasn't enough, my parents tried to recruit my grandparents. But Grandpa told them point blank to shove it. Grandma was more polite, but even she said they were being ridiculous. Now the first hearing was scheduled, 2 months away, thanks to court delays. I've been preparing obsessively: mortgage documents, proof of down payment, bank statements, employment records, everything to prove the house is mine. But deep down, I couldn't shake one question: what would they try next? Their lawyer, some bargain bin ambulance chaser my aunt dug up, called me before court to discuss settlement. His offer: 1. Transfer the deed to Sophia. 2. Keep paying the mortgage for 24 months. 3. Hand over $100,000 for emotional damages. 4. Write a formal apology letter for splitting the family. I actually laughed so hard I snorted. Then I hung up. That only made the family circus spin faster. My mom jumped on Facebook with a melodramatic post: "Some children forget where they came from. We gave him everything, our love, our support, our values, and this is how he repays us. Sophia is drowning in student loans with no stable housing. A good son would help. #disappointed mother #family values." Of course, my aunt chimed in right below: "Shameful behavior. Your sister needs that house more than you need your selfishness." Then came the kicker. A group text from mom went out to the whole extended family: "Due to recent events and my name's decision to harm his sister's future, he is not welcome at Thanksgiving or any family gathering until he does the right thing." Fine. I'll eat Chinese takeout and watch football. In my own house. Update 2, Court Day. 2 months later, the big hearing finally arrived. I showed up early, in a suit, with a neat folder of documents. My parents rolled in with Sophia, my aunt, Anne, I swear this is real, all 3 of them wearing matching t-shirts that said, "Family First," in giant block letters. The circus started before the judge even sat down. Sophia rushed toward me, arms outstretched, saying loudly, "I forgive you for making us do this." I stepped aside, let her stumble. My aunt hissed, "Ungrateful," under her breath. The judge entered, banged the gavel, and asked for opening statements. Their lawyer looked nervous but tried his best. "Your Honor, my clients have invested their lives, love, and significant resources into raising the defendant. His sister is burdened by student loan debt and faces housing insecurity. Meanwhile, the defendant has the means to purchase another property. This case is about family values, about supporting those in need." Then it was my turn. Calm, steady voice: "Your Honor, I bought my house with my own money. I saved for 8 years. I am the only person on the mortgage. That's the entire case." The judge raised an eyebrow, already intrigued. She asked their lawyer to submit evidence. And what did they bring? Family vacation photo albums from when I was 5. Sophia's art history loan statements, $180,000 worth. A spreadsheet claiming they spent $300,000, raising me, including a line item for a $12.99 Happy Meal from 2003. Text messages where I wrote, "Love you guys," which they insisted proved an emotional contract. I sat there, stone-faced, while the judge flipped through the pile like she was grading a bad high school project. They came armed with evidence. Screenshots of my LinkedIn proving I work in cybersecurity, as if that's secret. Sophia's handwritten business plan to turn my house into an artist retreat. When it was my turn, I kept it simple. Bank statements showing the down payment came from my savings. Mortgage docs in my name only. Records proving I paid for my own community college. Emails where I begged for help with textbooks and was told, "We're focusing on Sophia's education right now." Then came the moment that sealed their fate. Judge: "Sophia, what is your current employment?" Sophia: "I'm in a transitional period, focusing on my artistic growth." Judge: "So, are you employed?" My mom jumped in, "She's an artist, a digital content creator." Judge: "Does she have any income?" My dad barked, "Income isn't the measure of someone's worth." My aunt shouted across the room, "She deserves that house more than him." The judge snapped, warning my aunt to shut her mouth. Then the judge pressed Sophia again, "What kind of digital content?" Sophia, smiling proudly, "I'm a TikTok dancer and lifestyle influencer." Judge: "And how much income does this generate?" Sophia: "I'm building my brand. These things take time." The judge leaned back, unimpressed. Let me get this straight. You want your son, who has worked, saved, and been financially independent for a decade, to hand his house to your daughter, who has no job, no income, and no plan for either. And you expect him to keep paying the mortgage? Their lawyer tried to interject, but the judge cut him off. I've heard enough. I'll issue my ruling in writing. 5 days later, case dismissed. The judge's wording? This case lacks any legal merit whatsoever. But the real meltdown happened on the courthouse steps. My aunt went feral, screaming that I was dead to the family and would die alone in that house. Sophia dropped to her knees, sobbing theatrically, "You've stolen my future." My mom hissed that I was no longer her son. My dad growled that I had destroyed the family. I drove home, glad I'd installed security cameras after they served me. Within hours, the footage paid off. Sophia creeping around my car, glancing over her shoulder, before bolting. My aunt walking up my driveway with a spray paint can, only to scurry off when the motion lights kicked on. Filed a police report immediately. That night, Sophia launched a GoFundMe titled, "Help Me Buy a House After My Brother Stole My Future." The description claimed I manipulated the legal system and betrayed family values. The GoFundMe reported, flagged, and shut down for fraud. My mom's Facebook rants about me deleted by group admins for harassment. My aunt's online threats screenshotted, reported, and now part of a restraining order. Then the family group chat detonated. My cousin dropped the first bomb. "Didn't you guys already pay for Sophia's $200,000 education while, my name, worked nights for community college? Now you want his house too?" Other relatives piled on. "Remember when he asked for $200 for books and you bought Sophia a MacBook instead? Didn't Sophia get a $15,000 graduation party while he didn't even get a dinner? And then Grandpa delivered the knockout blow, 'You two are disgraceful excuses for parents. He succeeded despite you, not because of you.' From there, the collapse was fast. Aunt, permanent restraining order after breaking the temporary one. Sophia, GoFundMe closed, now working at Starbucks, venting on Instagram. Parents, side-eyed at church, shunned by half the family. And me? I got promoted, upgraded my security system, and adopted a rescue dog, Bella, a German Shepherd mix. Grandpa comes over every Sunday for dinner and woodworking lessons in the garage. Last week he said, "I'm proud of you, kid. You stood up for yourself." My mom still sends texts asking for money. My dad wrote one email, "When will you forgive us? Family should stick together." I didn't reply. So yes, they really tried to sue their own son for his house. Yes, Sophia really thought she deserved it. And yes, they still tell anyone who'll listen that I destroyed the family. But the truth? The best revenge isn't a court victory. It's sitting in my house, with my dog, living in peace, and finally learning that family doesn't mean blood. Sometimes it just means the people who are truly in your corner.